people of YouTube, my name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars, and thank you for watching. Today we're going to be taking a look at Shop Goodwill. So if you are not familiar, Goodwill is a store that is across the United States. I'm not sure if it's also across other parts of the world as well, and they auction off literally everything. Basically, people kind of drop off their unwanted items, then they'll either auction them off. You can go in the store. Unfortunately, my local shop has closed, and the closest one is 40 minutes away, so I find myself looking on their website more and more. I bought one guitar off of here one time a long time ago. It was very, very bad. I called the employees. The employees are not guitar experts. That's something you need to remember. They're not guitar-based musical instrument experts. They're just some sort of hourly employee. They just organize the stuff. So you can attempt to ask them questions, but if you don't have somebody that's working in the store that knows about guitar, basses, and other musical instruments, then you never know what you're going to get. I was lucky. I only got into it for like 180 bucks, and I managed to trade it and basically get my money back. I broke even, which is not always the end of the world. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hit the categories button, and it's just shopgoodwill.com, and then we're going to click on musical instruments. And my two favorite search features of this, I like to do highest price first and ending soonest first. Now, some people are thinking, oh, I can't find anything good on here. There's nothing good. But, if you want a beginner's violin, a keyboard for a reasonable price, this thing is 10 bucks. Even if it doesn't work, it's not too much money. This is an unbranded brown acoustic guitar. Gill Dreadnought. This one's a little bit more expensive. But you can find a lot of guitars here for dirt cheap. That are off-branded, beginners instruments, and you can also find expensive stuff too. The only thing is that I've noticed with the expensive stuff is once it gets pricey, it goes like way over what it should, in my opinion. Like look at this, Boss OC2 Octave Guitar Effects Pedal. Let's see what these actually go for on the used market. And I think a lot of old guys just kind of are like, hey, I want this because I got it off of eBay. And look right here, you can buy a used one in the box for $100, and this is already over that price. Plus, you're going to have shipping as well. So, I mean, that is what it is. Keep in mind some of the name brand stuff, your Gibson, your Fender. It's gonna get really expensive. Like I hate to say it, like you can get an acoustic guitar for $15. That's probably like $100 to $200 acoustic guitar off of here, fairly easily. No problem. But if you think you're gonna get a good deal on a Gibson or a Marshall amp or like an Orange amp, anything along those lines, a USA Fender Strat. No, I've even seen Tom DeLonge Stratocasters on here that made Mexico ones, and I've even seen the Squire ones go for pushing $1,000, if not more. But sometimes you can find some interesting, neat vintage stuff on here that nobody's bidding on, but who knows? So let's take a look. I'll show you an example. So we're at higher price right now. This is they call it a vintage wood Gibson. This is a bass, actually. I do not know how old it is. It looks fairly old, just based on the checking. Let's see if they give us a serial number to work with. They might not give us a serial number. Let's see. Yeah, they're not giving us a serial number, but I mean, it's already at $1,800. Now, keep in mind, these are not music professionals, so the chances are you are probably either going to have to set this up yourself. You're definitely going to have to replace the strings, 10 out of 10. Shipping-wise, they're pretty good. They do know how to ship items without breaking them, so I will give them that. I had no issues with getting my guitar. And there was a lot of loose packaging. I got it in a gig bag, and it was kind of flopping around in the case, but nothing broke, so that's perfectly fine. Yeah, they don't really tell you anything. There's a pot. Oh, here's the serial number right here, 003239. I have no idea what that means because it's an old. This is a vintage Gibson, so this might be worth a lot of money, but without knowing the year, I can't really look it up. We'll see if I can find something else. Clarinets, banjos, trumpets. These are things I do not know a lot about. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Vintage Pro, but still, as I said, you get these old vintage guitars from the 60s, Japanese. They're always going up in price, and a lot of people get them here. There's a Gretsch Archtop, and that's why I like, here you go, Fender Stratocaster Deluxe Series. I don't know if this is a USA model. By the looks of that truss rod cover, this should be a Mexican model. Let's see if they give it. Yeah, that is a Mexican one. So let's see if we can actually go ahead and search what this is going for on the used market. And, oh, actually, that is kind of surprising. So maybe that one might actually be a good deal, because I am seeing some of these for around that $500 mark. I guess it depends on the guitar. I was expecting this being a Mexican Strat. You know, they've reused the lines too. Oh yeah, look, American Deluxe. So there's your problem right there. This is a Mexican Deluxe, a different model. But I typically wouldn't get into this guitar right here for more than what it's basically going for. I wouldn't really want to be in this more than $300 because, one, there's no strings on it. You are missing completely the tremolo system, so you're going to have to buy that. And who knows? It's a possibility, because there's no tension on the neck. You may have to replace that neck on the guitar as well. So your $300-400 fun little thing just cost you $700-800 because now you need to fix it. This is different. You don't see an Eddie Van Halen and Wolfgang on here every day. Looks like somebody painted this though. Let's see. These I also don't know enough about to trust myself with, but can't tell if this is USA or not. Nah, probably not with the Floyd Rose Special. But you got to also keep a lookout. There are Chipsons on here. There are plenty of fake guitars. I don't know if I'll be able to find any at this point in time. But I have made a video before about finding a fake Gibson on here. And if you know what you want, there is, we can just do this. Let's see if we got any Boss pedals going on. Yep, there's that bad boy. ME70. Ooh, that's actually not a bad price. I've been looking for either this or the ME80. Providing that it works. That's always one thing that scares you. You buy off of eBay, at least they tell you if it works most of the time. This thing don't even have a power supply to it, so let's see. Function tests, yes. Complete, no. Condition for parts or not working. So yeah, who knows what's wrong with that. Pedals, I don't really mess with them. I can mess with the small ones a little bit. When it gets into all that crazy multi-effects circuit boards, I don't really want to touch it. Let's see if we got anything Gibson besides that bass. And you'll see a bunch of Gibson Epiphone and Fender Squier, or something by Gibson. They're not actually Gibson guitars. Like, yeah, Gibson Baldwin, Gibson Maestriato. These are all I call them junks. They're basically junk beginner guitars. That at where I am now, I don't want them. They got nothing to do with me. Epiphone Gibson, maybe that's a good deal. I don't know. $12 seems pretty good. Then you can do like certain things like pickups too. You will see occasionally just some pickups. Oh, there's a Fender amp. Keep in mind, some of this is going to be right there, 3 Fender single coil guitar pickups. Let's see if it gives us any further information than that. Let's see if I can identify these things. I haven't the slightest clue what these are out of. These could possibly, they're either Mexican. I don't believe these are USA, because they would have some sort of stamping on them. So these are either Mexican or Squier. But hey, if you need pickups, $16 isn't really all that bad. And you can also do, humbucker as well. See if you can find anything there. Yeah, they got a couple. Ooh, DiMarzio Super Distortion. There we go. Right there. Is it new in the box? Oh yeah, there you go. Made in USA. Now, if I were a troll, which I occasionally am, I would drop one of these off at Goodwill, broken. They're not going to realize that it's broken. And then, yeah, you test it, and it does not work whatsoever. So this is one of those things where it's like, maybe I buy it, maybe I don't, because if they're dropping off a pickup at a Goodwill, there is a good chance that it's just crap. That it's shot. These, let's see here. These aren't even like Epiphone. I don't even know what these are. Just some random no names. Let's take a look at amps. Let's see what we got going for PV. We're about hitting that 10-minute mark. It is what it is. Oh, there we go. There's something kind of neat. PV 6505 mini hit. Oh, what the heck just happened? Go back. I don't know what I just clicked on. Let's see here. And let's see what these go for on the used market, because I'm kind of curious. I mean, there's a light on it, so clearly it powers on. It would pair nicely with my regular 6505. And I mean, it looks fairly decent condition from what I can tell. Powers on, sold as is. So one thing you got to worry about too with these amps is a lot of them aren't meant really to power on without being plugged into a speaker. So even if they turn, most of them, by now have fixed that problem. If it's like a vintage amp, it's better to do it with a speaker just because of the ohms and everything else going into it. So there's a possibility that can have some problems just by them turning the thing on. $600 new. I mean, that's really $200 for a used one. Doesn't sound that bad to me if you can get it for that price. This still has a day and 2 hours left on it, so we'll just wait and see. But, sometimes you can find some of the cool PV USA stuff on here. Same with Ibanez. I love the vintage Ibanez Studios. Let's see if we can find anything good. And then again, it looks like these are just going to be your standard cheapy, who cares, Ibanez guitars. Ibanez Geo, that looks kind of nice, I'll be honest with you. Let's take a look at this. I have found like Orangewood acoustics. I don't know if you're familiar with that. There's a huge there you go. So Willie Nelson might enjoy this guitar, but I don't have the means to fix that, and I think this is like a $300 guitar. Let's see here. Oh, reverb. Let's just do that. See what they're going for on reverb. If this wants to load for me. Yeah, $275. So yeah, for that price, it would cost more than that to fix it. So this, I mean, if you're good with a hole in it and you pay $20 for it, I mean, power to you. But be careful. Sometimes you can find kind of cool upgraded projects guitars here too. Like let's see if I just type in neck, see if they have. I have seen a few Warmoth necks on here once in a great while. Oh yeah, like right here, 2 Fender Strat guitar necks, 1 regular. Let's see. Let's just click on this. Why not? I can almost guarantee you these are all Squire. Yeah, they're all Squire necks. So this is somebody we know is upgrading their Squire guitar. Maybe they put an aftermarket neck on it. But hey, you need a cheap neck. $80 for 3. That's really not a bad deal. Let's see if they got singles. Yeah, some of these, yes. This one is going for $44. What's so special about this? Let's see. Looks like they wiped off the logo. Crafted in Indonesia. And this also says used for whatever reason. That's kind of weird. My guess is that this was a Squire neck that somebody either sanded off the logo, or they just were like, okay, I'm going to put a Fender logo on there just for the heck of it. But as you can see, I mean, plenty of different parts and pieces you can buy. If you're looking for something cheap or looking for a project, this may be the place for you. Yep, no orange amps, no Orangewood guitars. But if you are trying to bargain hunt, unfortunately, you're still sticking to your Craigslist, your Facebook Marketplace, and your local garage sales. My name is Steve Gray. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future guitar-related videos. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.